you do not get free health care. You do not get free health care.
That was MAGA Republican Congress Member Mike Flood from Lincoln, Nebraska, getting booed mercilessly at a town hall he held on Monday. Let me show you another moment from that town hall as boos erupt. Here, play this clip.
And more than anything, I truly believe this bill protects Medicaid for the future. I believe it.
And here he is talking about SNAP cuts. Watch as the audience boos him. Play this clip.
Why did you cut SNAP and healthcare research?
We do not have unlimited money in the United States. In 2019, our country spent $60 billion on SNAP. During COVID, that number went to $100 billion. And for good reason. I mean, during COVID, we had a situation where we had a worldwide pandemic. We had people that couldn't work. There was a need for extra food, supplemental nutrition programs. What we did, this Congress, two things. We returned our spending on SNAP to our pre-pandemic level of 2019 at $60 billion. And we also said to states that have low error rates, and Nebraska has low error rates, that there's going to be incentive for states that do it right, and there's going to be a disincentive for states that have a high error rate.
Here's more from the town hall as MAGA Republican Congress Member Mike Flood from Nebraska is booed. Play this clip.
It talks about two big changes to the Medicaid program. One of those changes is that if you are able to work and you are able-bodied, you have to work. If you choose not to work, you do not get free health care. You do not get free health care. Okay. So here's a question. Do you think that people who are 28 years old that can work and refuse to work should get free health care? I don't think that a majority of Nebraskans agree with you.
He's then asked about why he's covering up for the Epstein files. Here, play this clip.
Okay, next question. Why are you covering up the Epstein files?
Let's be very clear. At the next pro forma session of the Congress, you'll find my name as a sponsor on a resolution from the House Rules Committee to release the Epstein files to protect the victims and not re-victimize them again. I support Jamie Comer, who is the House's Oversight Committee Chairman, subpoenaing Ms. Maxwell later this month to come testify in Washington. I am for the release of those records.
Now, I want to fact check Mike Flood right there. The deposition is not taking place of Ghislaine Maxwell. His party canceled the deposition at Ghislaine Maxwell's request. She was also moved at the Department of Justice's request to a minimum security facility in Texas where she's getting preferential treatment. And she got a waiver to move to this minimum security facility because as a convicted sex trafficker serving over 20 years in prison, she was not allowed to be at the minimum security facility, but she got immunity from the Trump DOJ and she's getting preferential treatment. So no, you are not for transparency. Your political party has been covering everything up. They recessed Congress to try to cover things up. Here, MAGA Republican Congress Member Mike Flood addresses the firing of the commissioner of the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And he goes, well, maybe there's a reason for it. Here, play this clip.
I will say this, though. If all that person did was get the data out there, if all that, and I don't know that's the case, but if that's all they did, I would not have fired her. I mean, to be honest, but I don't know because things are complicated. It's easy to listen to a 30-second story on TV and think that you know all the details. I don't know all the details. But I'm sure we will be talking about that when I get back to Washington in September.
And here you'll hear the crowd start to chant, tax the rich, tax the rich. Play this clip.
Next slide, please. No taxes on overtime.
Now, the rich oligarchs were hanging out at Bedminster this weekend, Donald Trump's golf club, as Donald Trump was cheating at golf, claiming he got a score of 69 on a golf tournament. You see Donald Trump looking very sickly right there. He was taking photos. It was all smiles and games as he's inflicting pain and suffering on the American people and covering up the Epstein files. This was the entertainment at Trump's New Jersey golf club this weekend, while Americans across the country are suffering as Trump's trade war against the world has backfired in his face. This is what the oligarchs are doing this past weekend. Let them eat cake, huh? Here, play this clip. Now, I want to bring you another town hall that's been taking place as well. This is a town hall in Wisconsin of MAGA Republican Congress Member Brian Steele. You'll hear him getting booed as well. And this just took place in the past few days. Let's play it.
I am so disappointed in how you represent us as the citizens of Walworth County. Southeast Wisconsin has not been represented by you. President Trump seems to run Southeast Wisconsin through you. And all I have to ask is I will be out there working hard if you choose to run for any office.
I don't think you're the right fit for us anymore. I just think it's time to go. You just don't relate to most of us anymore, and you got to know when to step down. I think it's time.
Here's a longer clip of how pissed off the crowd was in Elkhorn, Wisconsin at the MAGA Republican Congress Member Brian Steele. Let's play this clip right here.
Why are they wearing masks and why are they unidentified?
We'll probably agree to disagree on some of my answer here. But what I view is the moral hazard created by the Biden administration by allowing the U.S.-Mexico border to remain insecure. And so, it's completely fine that we disagree. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing on the topic. President Biden had a different view than I did on the importance of securing the U.S.-Mexico border. But as millions of illegal immigrants came into the United States and there was a lack of action by the federal government, you're now seeing that action take place with the removal particularly of individuals who are in the country illegally.
My main concern is the tariffs that are coming up. I would like to know what dire economic circumstances put Trump in a position of throwing tariffs on over 190 countries.
This really, at its core, needs to be an opportunity to make sure that other countries are treating the United States fairly. The United States...
Interesting.
Now, you'll also recall that over the weekend, Donald Trump was booed during the WWE SummerSlam event in New Jersey at MetLife Stadium. Here was Trump getting booed at that event. Let's play it. Here was Donald Trump getting booed again at that SummerSlam event. Let's play it. You know, when the Trump regime thinks that they're gonna distract us and put shiny objects at us, like what his transportation secretary, Sean Duffy, made an announcement today. We will add nuclear reactors to the moon during the Trump administration. We don't need nuclear reactors on the moon. I don't know what the hell you're even talking about. Just make things more affordable, please. Allow Americans who have a job, or Americans who work hard, or Americans in general, allow them to afford homes. How about that? Afford their rent, make grocery prices affordable. Oh, you also promised you would end the war in Ukraine in 24 hours and end the war in Gaza in 24 hours. And oops, you didn't do that. You've made things much worse there. By the way, if I take you to another convention, if you will, that's taking place over the past day or so, the Turning Point USA event, a far right-wing MAGA group run by Charlie Kirk, you'll hear this audience yell at the speaker, who, by the way, is someone who was kind of surprised they're booing him. All he talks about, it's like a pastor, and all he talks about is, you know what, we shouldn't be treating these immigrants so badly. And he's sympathetic to the MAGA cause, this guy. He's just like, maybe we don't treat the immigrants that badly. And then you'll hear all of the MAGAs boo this guy for saying immigrants need to be treated like human beings. Here, play this clip.
The message that I will say when it comes to undocumented people is this. I think that we need to do things with dignity, and I think that we need to treat all human beings with humanity. When you are in the United States of America, whether you are undocumented citizen or not, you fall under the guise of the United States Constitution. And we need to make sure that we are locking up people. Absolutely. Yes. One thing's for sure, and two things are for certain. When you are incarcerating people, you need to incarcerate people civilly. You need to treat them with humanity. And might I say, for those of you who are in this room who claim to know Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, no.
We would not boo our guests. Absolutely not. We would not boo our guests.
Also, the last I read in my Bible, the least of these who are in society are those individuals who happen to be incarcerated. So we need to be treating those individuals with a degree of dignity and humanity, and we need to be the beacon that is set on the hill, that we are demonstrated to the rest of the countries out there, that we treat people, no matter where you come from, no matter what your conviction is, with dignity and respect.
All right, so that gives you a summary of everything that went down. We'll keep you posted, of course, but you see here Trump and MAGA getting booed mercilessly here, and rightfully so. We'll keep you posted every step of the way here at the MeidasTouch Network. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million subscribers.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.